1:47 a.m. Her phone rings. A man he's never heard of. 4:32 a.m. It rings again. Same guy. She was out with a friend. He was away on a work trip. Then by accident, a message pops up. Guessing I'll be seeing you again later. So what's worse? That he saw it? Or that she never told him? Today's story is about an accidental discovery. A message he wasn't trying to find. A call she never got the chance to explain. And the question every couple has to face. If you have nothing to hide, why didn't you talk about it? This is one of those situations where both people think they're right, where both people feel betrayed, and where the answer isn't as simple as picking a side. Because sometimes, the real problem isn't who's right or wrong. It's what happens when two people who love each other can't agree on what trust actually means. He's 24. She's 24. Throughout their time together, they've prided themselves on one thing: trust. They're the couple that doesn't question each other. They don't check each other's phones. They don't read each other's messages. They don't track where the other is at night. They respect each other's privacy. And it's worked. At least, until now. This wasn't always an easy boundary to maintain. In the beginning of their relationship, like most couples, there were moments of insecurity. Moments where one of them would wonder what the other was doing, who they were talking to. But they made a conscious decision early on. We trust each other completely. No snooping, no suspicion, no checking up on each other. And for the most part, it worked beautifully. They both felt free, independent, secure in the knowledge that their partner trusted them enough not to monitor their every move. It was one of the things they were proudest of in their relationship. While their friends dealt with jealous partners and constant questioning, they had something better. They had trust. Last night, she went out with a friend. Normal thing. She told him about it. He said it was fine. He was away on a work trip anyway. Wasn't going to be home until the next day. So she went out, he worked, and everything was normal. She sent him a few texts throughout the night. Casual updates. At this bar now. Having fun. Miss you. All the normal things couples say when they're apart. He didn't worry. Why would he? They had trust, and she'd never given him a reason to doubt her. But the next day when he got home, he discovered something. It wasn't intentional. He wasn't looking. But her iPhone was logged into his computer, and a message popped up. It's one of those things that happens with Apple devices. When you're logged into the same iCloud account, messages sync across devices. He wasn't trying to read her texts. He was just using his computer, and there it was. A message from a man he's never heard of. Not a name he recognized. Not someone she'd ever mentioned. Guessing he'll be seeing you again later? X. And then he noticed the calls. 2 of them. One at 1:47 a.m., another at 4:32 a.m., both from the same guy, both while she was out, both while he was away. He stared at his screen, his mind racing. Who is this? Why is he texting her? Why did he call twice in the middle of the night? And most importantly, why didn't she mention any of this? He wasn't trying to find it, but now he knows, and he's full of questions. So he waits for her to get home. He doesn't want to have this conversation over text. He doesn't want to accuse her of anything without hearing her side. So he waits, and when she walks through the door, smiling, asking about his trip, he takes a breath and asks, "Who's this guy who texted you last night?" He tries to keep his voice calm. He doesn't want this to turn into a fight. He just wants answers. Her smile fades. "What are you talking about?" "There was a message on my computer. From a guy I don't know. Something about seeing you again later." And just like that, her expression changes. The warmth is gone. Now she's defensive. Now she's angry. "You were reading my messages?" "No, I wasn't reading them. It popped up on my computer. Your phone is synced to it. So you just happened to see it?" "Yes. I wasn't looking for it. But yeah, I saw it. And now I'm asking, who is he?" But she doesn't answer the question. Instead, she turns it back on him. They have a rule. They don't check each other's messages. They don't invade each other's privacy. They trust each other. And he broke that rule. He tries to explain again. He wasn't snooping. He didn't go looking through her phone. It was an accident, a notification that appeared while he was using his own computer. But she's not listening. She's focused on the violation, the fact that he saw something private, the fact that he's now questioning her about it. "Do you not trust me?" she asks. "After all this time, you still don't trust me?" "It's not about trust," he says. "It's about this message. Who is this guy? Why is he texting you about seeing you again? And why did he call you twice at 2 and 4 in the morning?" She hesitates, just for a second, but he notices. "He's just someone I met at the bar," she finally says. "We talked for a bit. It's nothing." "If it's nothing, why didn't you mention it?" "Because it's not worth mentioning. I talk to people all the time. Do I need to tell you about every conversation I have?" "No. But if someone is texting you about seeing you again and calling you in the middle of the night, yeah, I think that's worth mentioning." She shakes her head. "You're overreacting. You're making this into something it's not." "Then help me understand. Tell me what happened. Who is he? What did you talk about? Why is he contacting you?" But instead of answering, she gets more defensive. She tells him he's being controlling, that he's acting like he doesn't trust her, that he's turning an innocent conversation into an interrogation. And the more he pushes for answers, the more she pushes back. And that's when he realizes she's not going to tell him, not because she can't, but because she doesn't think she has to. Here's where it gets complicated, because they're both right, and they're both wrong. From her perspective, he violated her privacy. They had a rule they both agreed to. Don't check each other's messages. Don't spy on each other. They trust each other. And he broke that rule. Whether it was an accident or not, he saw her private conversation. And now he's questioning her about it, making her feel like she did something wrong, making her defend herself for having a conversation with someone at a bar. From her point of view, that's control. That's distrust. That's a sign he doesn't believe she's being honest. And if he doesn't trust her, then what's the point of their whole "we don't check each other's phones" agreement? It only works if both people actually trust each other. And right now, it feels like he doesn't. But from his perspective, this isn't about privacy. This is about honesty. He didn't intentionally spy on her. The message appeared, and once he saw it, he couldn't ignore it, because it didn't look innocent. A guy he doesn't know texting his girlfriend, guessing he'll be seeing you again later, and calling twice in the middle of the night while she was out, while he was away on a work trip. That doesn't look like a coincidence. That looks like someone trying to meet up again. That looks like the beginning of something. And here's the double standard. She's upset that he invaded her privacy, but she's not answering the actual questions he's asking. Who is this guy? How did they meet? What did they talk about? Why is he saying he'll see her again? Why is he calling in the middle of the night? And most importantly, why didn't she mention any of this when she got home? If she really has nothing to hide, why is she reluctant to talk about it? Why is she telling him the problem isn't the message, it's that he saw it? Why is she making him feel guilty for asking questions instead of just answering them? And from his perspective, that feels like deflection, like she's trying to shift the focus from what happened to how he found out about it. Like she's more concerned with protecting her privacy than with addressing his concerns. If she really had nothing to hide, the answer should be simple. "Oh, that's a guy I met at the bar. We talked. He was interested in me, but I told him I have a boyfriend. I don't know why he texted. I'll tell him not to contact me again." Simple. Clear. End of argument. But that's not what she's saying. Instead, she's attacking him for not trusting her, for invading her privacy, for making a big deal out of nothing. And to him, that looks guilty. That looks like someone who's hiding something. And there's another layer to this. The timing. These calls came at 1:47 a.m. and 4:32 a.m. Those aren't normal calling hours. Those are the hours when bars close, when people are looking for somewhere to go next, when someone who's interested is trying to make plans to meet up. So why was this guy calling her at those hours? And why didn't she mention it? Did she answer? Did she talk to him? Or did she ignore the calls and not think they were important enough to mention? These are the questions running through his head. And the more defensive she gets, the more suspicious he becomes. So now he has to make a decision, and none of his options are good. Option 1. He lets it go. He trusts her. He believes her word. It was nothing. Just a guy at a bar. The texts and calls don't mean anything. He overreacted. He apologizes for questioning her, and they move forward. But here's the problem with that option. The doubt doesn't just disappear. It might fade. It might get quieter. But it'll still be there, lurking in the back of his mind. Every time she goes out, he'll wonder. Every time her phone rings, he'll wonder who it is. Every time she mentions meeting someone new, he'll wonder if there's more to the story. And that doubt will slowly eat away at their trust, the very thing they built their relationship on. Because once trust is broken, even just a crack, it's hard to put it back together. And he knows that, which is why this decision feels so heavy. Option 2. He demands answers. He tells her that deflecting isn't good enough, that he needs to know the truth. Who is this guy? What exactly did they talk about? Why is he texting about seeing her again? Why did he call twice in the middle of the night? And why didn't she think any of this was worth mentioning? But if he pushes it, she'll get more upset. She'll think he's controlling, that he's acting like a jealous boyfriend who doesn't trust her, that he's turning their relationship into something toxic. And that could create a permanent rift between them. Because once you start demanding answers, once you start interrogating your partner, it's hard to go back to the easy trust they had before. Option 3. He checks her phone more deeply, when she's in the shower, when she's asleep, when she leaves it lying around. He looks at the full conversation. He finds out exactly what happened, who this guy is, what they talked about, whether there's anything to worry about. But if he does that, he's completely violating their trust agreement. He's doing exactly what they promised never to do. He's becoming the paranoid partner who spies on the other. And when she finds out, and she will find out, it could be over. Because how do you come back from that? How do you rebuild trust when you've just proven you don't have it? There's no easy answer. Whatever he chooses, something breaks. Either his peace of mind or their relationship or the trust they've built. Let's play out each scenario. If he lets it go, here's what happens. He keeps her. They stay together. They move past this awkward conversation. But the doubt remains. Every time she goes out with friends, he finds himself checking the time, wondering when she'll be home, wondering who she's with, wondering if she's meeting someone. Every time her phone buzzes, he glances at it. Not obviously, not in a way she'd notice, but he looks, he wonders, and he hates himself for it, because this isn't who he wanted to be in this relationship. He wanted to be the trusting boyfriend, the secure partner who doesn't need to monitor or question. But now, he can't help it. And over time, that doubt corrodes everything. Their conversations feel different. Their intimacy feels different. Because in the back of his mind, there's always that question. What else isn't she telling me? If he demands answers, here's what happens. Maybe she tells him the truth. Maybe she explains everything. Maybe it really was nothing, and once she sees how much it's bothering him, she opens up and clarifies. And maybe that brings them closer. Maybe it teaches them that they need to be more transparent with each other. Or maybe she gets more defensive. Maybe she tells him she's not going to be interrogated, that if he can't trust her, then this relationship isn't going to work. And maybe she's right. Maybe constantly demanding explanations isn't sustainable. Maybe it turns their relationship into something neither of them wants. And if he checks her phone, here's what happens. He finds the truth. Maybe it's exactly what he feared. Maybe there's more to the story. Maybe she's been talking to this guy more than she admitted. Maybe there's flirting. Maybe there's plans to meet up. Or maybe it's nothing. Maybe the conversation is completely innocent, and he just invaded her privacy for no reason. But either way, when she finds out, and she will, the trust is gone. Completely. Because there's no coming back from that. You can't say, "I trust you," after you've just proven you don't. But here's what this is really about. This isn't about one text message. This isn't about one guy at a bar. This is about transparency, about the difference between privacy and secrecy, and about what trust actually means in a relationship. In a relationship, there's a difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy is healthy. Everyone needs their own space, their own thoughts, their own private moments. You don't need to share every single detail of your day with your partner. You don't need to report every conversation you have. You're allowed to have your own life, your own friends, your own experiences. But secrecy is different. Secrecy is when you actively hide information from your partner. Not because it's private, but because you know if they found out they'd be hurt, or upset, or worried. That's when privacy crosses the line into secrecy. If she went out at night and met a guy, that's fine. People meet new people all the time. Conversations happen. Interactions happen. That's normal. That's life. But if that guy is texting her about seeing her again and calling in the middle of the night, that's not just a casual encounter. That's not just a random conversation at a bar. That looks like the beginning of a connection. And if she didn't mention it to her boyfriend, that's a secret. And when he accidentally discovered it, she got defensive. She was upset that he saw her messages. But she didn't explain the message itself. She didn't clarify what happened. She didn't reassure him. She just attacked him for finding out. And that's the biggest red flag. Because when you really have nothing to hide, you don't get defensive. You explain. You clarify. You say, "Oh, that's nothing. Let me tell you what happened." You reassure your partner. You address their concerns. But when you attack, when you change the subject, when you make it about them invading your privacy instead of about what they found, it raises a different question. What are you hiding? Trust isn't just about not checking each other's phones. Trust is also about being open, about sharing things that might concern your partner, about being transparent even when you don't have to be. Because that's what makes a relationship feel secure, not the lack of checking, but the abundance of honesty. So let's turn it over to you, because this isn't a simple situation, and there's no obvious answer. Is he wrong for seeing her messages, even though it was an accident? Should he have just closed the notification and never brought it up? Or once he saw it, was he right to ask questions? Is she justified in being defensive? Is she right that he violated their privacy agreement, even if it was accidental? Or should she have been more understanding about why he's concerned? Whoever this guy is, why did he call twice in the middle of the night? What kind of conversation at a bar leads to someone calling you at 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.? And why didn't she mention any of this when she got home? And the biggest question, in a relationship, is privacy more important than honesty? Can you have both? Or does true trust require complete transparency, even if it means sacrificing some privacy? Think about your own relationships. If you were in his position, what would you do? Would you let it go? Would you demand answers? Would you check deeper? And if you were in her position, how would you handle it? Would you explain everything? Would you defend your privacy? Would you be upset that your partner questioned you? There's no right answer here. But there is a lesson. And the lesson is this. Trust isn't just built by not checking each other's phones. Trust is built by being open, by sharing things that matter, by making your partner feel secure, not through blind faith, but through consistent honesty. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who's wrong here? Or are they both wrong? Or is this just what happens when two people have different definitions of what trust means? Let us know what you think.